Hi friends, welcome to the channel The Nurse. Here we are discussing about chemotherapy. This is our third video regarding oncology nursing. Here we are discussing about cancer treatment, that is chemotherapy. We already discussed neoplasms, different types of neoplasm, difference between malignant and benign neoplasms, then radiation therapy. Here the second type of treatment, chemotherapy, we will discuss here. Before that, we will discuss about cell cycle. Briefly about cell cycle, so it will be helpful in following sections. Here we can check important phases of cell cycles. If you are understanding cell cycle, then only we can understand different types of chemotherapeutic agents. So cell cycle. Cell cycles include mainly G1 phase, that is growth phase, S phase, that is then G2 phase, then M phase or mitosis phase. M phase is again subdivided into 4 phases. M phase subdivided into 4 phases. M phase is coming after G2 phase. So prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase are the 4 phases of M phase. So we need to know these phases, then only we can understand the chemotherapeutic agent's action. First point, chemotherapy will destroy malignant cells by interfering with the reproduction of cancer cell. Chemotherapy destroy malignant cells by interfering with the reproduction of cancer cells. Next point, chemotherapy acts at specific points in cycles of cell division, that is cell cycle specific, or at any phase in cycle of cell division, that is cell cycle non-specific. So chemotherapy medicine act either cell cycle specific or cell cycle non-specific. Cell cycle specific means act at specific points in cycles of cell division. Cell cycle non-specific means act at any phase in the cycle of cell division. Third point, chemotherapy affect any rapidly dividing cell within the body, thus having potential for toxicity development in healthy functional tissue. Chemotherapy usually it will act against rapidly growing tissues, but there is a chance to get deterioration for healthy tissues also. Chemotherapy affect any rapidly dividing cells within the body, thus having potential for toxicity development in healthy functional tissue. That is the risk of chemotherapy, because it will affect both rapidly growing tissue along with the healthy tissue. For example, bone marrow, hair follicle, GI mucosa. These are the normally affecting the normal functional tissue because of chemotherapy. Because of chemotherapy, bone marrow suppression, hair follicles, that is alopecia, GI mucosa, stomatitis, gastric ulcers. These are the side effects of chemotherapy. So that is what we discussed. Chemotherapy will affect rapidly dividing cells within body, thus having potential for toxicity development in healthy functional tissue. Usually it will cause bone marrow suppression, alopecia, GI mucosa, that is stomatitis, gastritis, etc. Next point is, combination of chemotherapy is often used to reduce possibility of toxicity and maximize therapeutic effect. Because of these side effects, a combination of chemotherapy is used. Because of combination therapy, we can reduce the possibility of toxicity and maximize the therapeutic effect. So to reduce side effects of the chemotherapy, a combination therapy is used. We already discussed in radiation therapy. Some combination therapy we discussed there. Like that, in chemotherapy, combination therapy is used to reduce the possibility of toxicity and maximize the therapeutic effect. Examples are cyclophosphamide, doxorubicin, vincristine, prednisone. So it will reduce the side effects of the alopecia, bone marrow depression, stomatitis, etc. So chemotherapy is available in oral, parenteral means intramuscular, subcutaneous, intravenous, intra-arterial form, intrathecal form and topical preparation. So chemotherapy is available in all type of medication preparation, that is oral preparation, parenteral preparation, intra-arterial preparation, intrathecal and topical preparations. So we can discuss the first chemotherapeutic agents that broadly classified as alkylating agents. Alkylating agents usually cell cycle non-specific medicines. Alkylating agents, cell cycle non-specific agents, because it will act any of the cell division phase, that is G1, S phase or G2 phase, M phase, etc. Any of the cell cycle phase they can act. So that it is called cell cycle non-specific agents. It usually attack on the DNA of the rapidly dividing cells. So we already learned that malignant cells are rapidly dividing cells. So the alkylating agents are specifically focused on to attack DNA of the rapidly dividing cells. Alkylating agents examples include nitrosourea, that is carmustine, nitrogen mustard, that is chlorambucil, cyclophosphamide, then inorganic heavy metals. Example cisplatin, carboplatin. So three alkylating agents are subdivided into three, that is nitrosourea, nitrogen mustard, inorganic heavy metals. So that's about alkylating agents. They are cell cycle non-specific agents, attack on rapidly dividing cells DNA. Examples nitrosourea, nitrogen mustard, inorganic heavy metal. Next is cell cycle specific. Cell cycle specific means that is alkylating agents working. Example of alkylating agent, that is cell cycle specific, that works during M phase interfere with mitosis. Example is vincristine. So alkylating agent cell cycle specific, example is vincristine, that work during M phase interfere with mitosis. So we checked that cell cycle non-specific alkylating agent and cell cycle specific alkylating agents. So cell cycle specific in the sense they are working on M phase. So that is why it is called cell cycle specific. Next, chemotherapeutic agents, antibiotics. Antibiotics are cell cycle non-specific. That means it will act any phase of the cell cycle. Usually it inhibits DNA and RNA synthesis of rapidly dividing tissue. So antibiotics act on the specific rapidly dividing tissues, DNA and RNA. It is non-specific medicines, non-specific cell cycle, non-specific chemotherapeutic agents. Antibiotic examples include mitomycin, doxorubicin. These are the examples of antibiotics used for chemotherapy. Mitomycin and doxorubicin. Next is antimetabolites. Antimetabolites is a cell cycle specific chemotherapeutic agents. Antimetabolites are cell cycle specific chemotherapeutic agents which inhibit protein synthesis in rapidly dividing cells during S phase. Antimetabolites, a cell cycle specific chemotherapeutic agents, it inhibits protein synthesis in rapidly dividing cells during S phase. So it is specific in S phase. That is why antimetabolites called cell cycle specific. Examples of antimetabolites include fluorouracil or 5-fluorouracil, hydroxyurea, methotrexate. So here 3 examples of antimetabolites: 5-fluorouracils, hydroxyurea and methotrexate. Antimetabolites are cell cycle specific. Next chemotherapeutic agents are hormones. Hormones are tissue specific. It inhibits RNA and protein synthesis in tissues that are dependent on opposite hormone for development. Hormones are tissue specific. It inhibits RNA and protein synthesis in tissues that are dependent on opposite hormone for development. Examples are androgens, estrogen. Estrogens example estradiol, then progestin, steroid hormones example prednisone, then hormone antagonists. Hormone antagonists example mitotain, then cortisol antagonists, estrogen antagonists example anastrozole, tamoxifen citrate, and luteinizing hormone releasing hormone agonist example leuprolide. So hormones are tissue specific, inhibit RNA and protein synthesis in tissues that are dependent on opposite hormone for development. Next is monoclonal antibodies. Monoclonal antibodies we discussed in radiotherapy. It is used as a combination therapy. It is a exogenous antibodies produced in laboratory by combining specific cancer cells with antibody producing B cells. Monoclonal antibodies are exogenous antibodies. That is, exogenous means it is produced outside the body. Okay. Monoclonal antibodies are exogenous antibodies produced in laboratory by combining specific cancer cells with antibody producing B cells. It is derived from different sources. Derived from mouse is called murine. Combination of mouse and human sources called chimeric or humanized. So monoclonal antibodies derived from different sources. Mouse, that is called murine. Combination of mouse and human sources called chimeric or humanized. Examples of monoclonal antibodies include rituximab, that is used for non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, trastuzumab for certain types of breast cancer, gemtuzumab ozogamicin for leukemia, alemtuzumab for B-cell chronic lymphocytic leukemia, ibrutinib deoxyribonucleic for B-cell non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, cetuximab for advanced colorectal cancer. These are the examples of monoclonal antibodies. Next, other immunoagents used as a chemotherapeutic agents. An introduction of non-cancerous antigens or other agents into body or to stimulate production of lymphocytes and antibodies. That is the definition of other immune agents. Introduction of non-cancerous antigens or other agents into body to stimulate production of lymphocytes and antibodies. Examples include BCG vaccine. BCG vaccine is used to reduce tuberculosis, then that is causing lung cancer. So, like that, BCG vaccine will reduce cancer incidence. Next is interferon alpha 2A, interferon alpha 2B. It suppresses cell proliferation. Interferon alpha 2A and interferon alpha 2B suppresses cell proliferation. These are the examples of other immunoagents used in chemotherapy. Third one is filgrastim. Usually it is coming as a trade name Neopogen. Filgrastim, it will act granulocyte colony stimulating factor. Filgrastim act like granulocyte colony stimulating factor. So three examples we studied as a immune agents, that is BCG vaccine, interferon alpha 2A, interferon alpha 2B and filgrastim. Next, miscellaneous agents. It includes leucovorin calcium. It reduced from form of folic acid, acts as antidote to folic acid antagonist. Leucovorin calcium, reduced form of folic acid, acts as antidote to folic acid antagonist. Next is paclitaxel. It inhibits reorganization of microtubule network that is needed for interphase and mitotic cellular functions. Causes abnormal bundles of microtubules during cell cycle and multiple esters of microtubules during mitosis. Next, major side effects of chemotherapy. Major side effects of chemotherapy includes anorexia, nausea, vomiting, stomatitis, that is irritation of gastrointestinal tract, quick uptake by rapidly dividing alimentary tract tissue. Next is diarrhea. Diarrhea is due to irritation of gastrointestinal tract, quick uptake by rapidly dividing alimentary tract tissue. Then bone marrow depression, that is due to quick uptake by rapidly dividing myeloid tissue. Fourth one is blood dyscrasias, that is neutropenia, anemia and thrombocytopenia. It is resulting from bone marrow depression. Next one is alopecia. It is due to rapid uptake by rapidly dividing hair follicle cells. Next one is CNS disturbances that include neurotoxicity. Next one is hepatic disturbances or hepatotoxicity. Then tumor lysis syndrome, that is an important term. Tumor lysis syndrome means release of large quantities of breakdown products causing hyperkalemia, hyperuricemia, hyperphosphatemia and acute renal failure. Tumor lysis syndrome is an important term, that is release of large quantities of breakdown products. In tumor lysis syndrome, the typical triad features hyperkalemia, hyperuricemia and hyperphosphatemia and acute renal failure. Next side effect is acute renal failure, direct kidney toxic effect. Another one is cardiomyopathy, that is irreversible myocardial toxicity, congestive heart failure, ventricular dysarrhythmias. Then metabolic abnormalities, that is hypercalcemia, hyperuricemia. Then allergic reactions, anaphylaxis with BCG vaccines. Then because of thrombocytopenia, we need to take care of bleeding precautions. So bleeding precautions include use of a soft toothbrush and brush gently. If the platelet count is extremely low, foam swabs should be used instead of toothbrush. To reduce bleeding because of thrombocytopenia, foam swabs should be used instead of toothbrush. Report any bleeding of the gums. Use only electric razors. Minimize lab draws and intramuscular injections. Apply pressure to all needle sticks for 3 to 5 minutes. Report any bruising, rashes or bleeding. Check urine and stool for hidden blood. Avoid constipation. Do not allow drugs containing aspirin or anticoagulants. These are the bleeding precautions. Then neutropenic precautions. Bleeding and neutropenic precautions because of bone marrow suppression. There is decreased production of white blood cells. Because of that, there is an increased chance for infections. So neutropenic precaution is important. It includes no fresh fruit or vegetable allowed. It causes intestinal bacteria growth. No flowers are allowed. Limit visitors. Absolutely no one with a cold or infection. Then enforce strict hand washing. Visitors can wear mask and gloves. Watch for signs of infection. Assess lab value and temperature. No rectal temperature, suppositories or enemas allowed. Avoid urinary catheters. Then final one, use only toothbrush. The mouth is the most frequent site of infection. So these are the neutropenic precautions. So here we have discussed about chemotherapy, different types of chemotherapy, and the main action of chemotherapy, that is cell cycle specific and cell cycle non-specific. Examples of chemotherapy medicines, main side effects of chemotherapy, and bleeding precautions and neutropenic precautions. So thank you for watching this video. Please like and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe our channel, Dinesh. Thank you.